What's up, guys? Happy Friday. Today is backtesting Friday, so we're going to go ahead and look at some charts, backtest, and go ahead and look at some student charts and see how we can go ahead and get better from those as well. So let's go ahead and start with Etnies. I believe I have to go ahead and share. Oops. Share a screen real quick. All right. Give me a one if you guys can see my screen. Awesome. All right, cool. Let's see. This is USDJPY. I'm not sure what time frame this is. I'm trying to see. Not sure what time frame this is, but and I'm not sure what zone you're looking at right here as well. Were you looking at a lower time frame sweep of liquidity right here in that area, Etney?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I believe it was the 1 hour time frame. Hold on, let me check again. Because that
Got
was
you.
an old screenshot.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, snipes, literally absolutely snipes. I mean, if you guys don't know Etney, bro, she puts in a lot of work. She's always on these calls and she's always a student.
Okay,
So
sorry. It's a 4 hour. 4 hour.
okay, no worries. But I do like this opportunity, especially the sell. Like it is a counter trend, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I would have to look at it. Um, but I do like this just because we do break structure and we change direction to the downside. With breakout rally, and that is my starting point, so that just makes sense. Um, and obviously it looks like it gave you 1 to 1, 1 to 2, enough to break even. Did you hit TP on this, or did the market?
Yes, I did.
Oh, fire. So that's cool. That's a dub,
Yeah.
which is nice. Did the market keep dropping? USDJPY was bearish, right? Let's take a look.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look at that real quick. I don't really trade USDJPY. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I also have one that barely missed me, so I want to know why it did. I'm trying to find it.
Okay, cool. Send that in whenever you got the chance. Um, USDJPY. I mark it up. I ain't gonna lie. I mark up a lot of charts, but I don't really trade a lot of charts. 4 hour time frame. All right, let me choose some stuff off. All right, so that was right here in this area, right? All right, cool. So I did like the sell bias, right? I did like the sell bias, especially if we go to higher time frames. Like this was like the nastiest head and shoulder you ever could have caught on a forex pair. Nastiest head and shoulder. We've been breaking down the yens and their head and shoulders the past couple weeks, especially when this stuff happened. I mean, everything is just super clean, guys. Like very clean. Higher high, higher low. We break structure, higher high, higher low. We break structure, and then we change direction. Right, this low holds it down, does its job, but we still have structure here that gives it to us very clean. BOS to the upside, and then we change direction to the downside. And with that, we get a very clean um, head and shoulder play, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and actually move my screen real quick, guys. Oops. The heck? Am I tripping right now? I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Anyways, whatever. Exit out. Yes. All right. I was doing that. Anyways. All right. Let's go back. Sorry, guys. All right. Trying to resize. All right. Let's get it. So I want to put you guys in the corner right here. Chats. Bit. Yes, sir. You guys gonna still see my screen, right? We're still good. All right, let's go. Let's go. What's up, George? I see you, bro. I see you plugged in, baby. I love it. Let's go. All right. So yeah, I mean with the market structure for the US dollar, like USDJPY, everything looked very, very clean. What the heck is going on? Right? Structure wise, looking to sell. I mean, guys, that's nasty. Yes, this is a higher time frame setup, but if we were looking at this like we should, using the head and shoulder strategy, that's your stop loss. Your entry is at this right shoulder. 1 to 1, solid. 1 to 2, solid. 1 to 3, solid. Guys, does that trade hit? You tell me. I mean, everything looks very, very, very clean. That's a nice trade. But guys, now that we have this momentum, is the market bullish or bearish in this section? Bullish or bearish? Because we're on higher time frame. So as soon as we drop down the 4 hour, let's go. We're bearish, which means we should be looking to sell, right? We should be looking for a sell type structure. Now, if we go to the higher time frame, we have breaker structures. Market is flowing to the downside. Starting point, market fails to come back right away, but comes back a bit later, which is fine, right? Gives us that bearish momentum that we're looking for and continues to the downside. Now, as it does that, right, as it comes back up, what does it do? It leaves liquidity, leaves liquidity, leaves liquidity. So sooner or later, I would like to see the market make its way below this and possibly take out new lows if the market was going to continue in that bearish manner, right? And for some reason, this looks a little funky. I'm not really trusting this setup right here. I would like to see what the market does around that area. Like once it comes there, I would like to go ahead and mark up, the BOS is on the way up, just so I can get a bit more accurate, just because this structure right here looks a bit funky. And honestly, the way that everything is just building up inside of here kind of just looks like a lot of liquidity, right? So I want to be patient, especially, I mean, everything just looks funky and trapped up, so I want to just be very, very crisp and precise when it comes to USDJPY, because everything's just trapped. Like you can see it, everything's trapped up. So, and honestly, if everything was consolidating right here, the best areas to look for sales is a bit higher. So I have this zone right here locked and loaded, and in case the market wants to make its way back up to sell off, I would like that. But not really looking for sales unless I get something very, very clean confirmation wise. Let's go ahead and check this out, Etney. USDMXN 30-minute. Was this today's?
It wasn't today. It was like
Oh,
2 days ago.
okay. And this got stopped out, you said, right? Or this is
No, it barely missed me. Like it literally missed me by
I
the
mean,
wick.
sniper problems. I mean, the only thing I can see maybe is because obviously you're using the smart money entry and the levels would be from this wick. I don't know if this would snipe it, but that would be very, very close. Um,
Mm.
but other than that, I don't really see anything on this time frame. Um,
Wait, so I would enter with the wick and not the
yes,
candle?
yes, correct. Yes, off the wick to
Okay.
wick. So your zone should be a little bit bigger, a little bit wider. Now, honestly, it kind of does look like it still would have missed, but it wouldn't have been from this wide. It probably would have been from something like that looks like this.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, sniper problems. Sometimes that happens. Can't be mad at that. Um, well, let's go. What day is this? Do you know?
Let me see.
Oops, 30-minute.
I think
Oh, we're on
maybe
the one.
Wednesday. Because I already refreshed everything. Once I like see something didn't go my way, I just
Right, right. Okay, that's good.
yeah, I think it's Thursday.
Shoot, I don't know. Cannot see it. Okay, hold on. Am I tripping? Is it this right here? No. Dang, can't see it. Sorry, Annie. Is it this?
It wasn't, I think
Oh,
it
it
was
is
that one.
this. It is
Yeah.
this. It's funny. All right, let's drop down the lower time frame real quick. So you have something that looks like this, right? So if I did use the wick to wick using levels, will we still get missed? Okay, now let's drop down to lower time frame. Let's see what we can get. I mean, just based off the structure, if I was just focused on levels, right? This is the BOS that happens. Now, do we get a BOS? This is a break of structure to the downside. Very, very slight break of structure, but that is, right? Now, this would be my change of character area. My starting point on this time frame is right here. Now, the next starting point would be right here. And it looks like it came for this one rather than the lowest one. But let's take a look. I want to change through time frames and take a look right here. Let's go to the 10-minute. Oh, snap. Yeah, I'm personally not liking that structure right there. Okay. So just off of that, when I see two starting points, I usually just stick to the higher time frame starting point. So I would have came up to the 30-minute. Let's see what the 1 hour looks like. Probably just a candle. Where is it at? Yeah. So 30-minute. I would have most likely just used it like this. So I don't like to be unclear, uncertain. I don't like to guess. Right. So I would have missed it. But now, where could I caught a re-entry? Because if the market does go our way, I don't like to say that we missed our opportunity, right? I don't like to say that. Now, let me tell you why, right? Especially if we are looking for the market to go our way, we should be looking for extra things, right? Confirmations. Now, if we're looking for buys right here, guys, my stop loss is at this low. Awesome. Minimum 1 to 3 years to award. Cool. Now, as the market is on its way down to us, what should we be focused on? What should we be focused on as the market is dropping down to us so we can be accurate? Well, as the market's pulling down, I'm not really interested in sales, right? Because we're on a lower time frame and my bias is buys on higher time frame. So I'm not really interested in sales, but I am interested in the break of structures to my buy, right? And this is what I mean, right? If I'm already focused on buys, I'm not really looking to ping pong, sell to buy. I would rather just focus on my one bias, especially if this is something that can go long term. If I'm already within seller or buyer range, I want to just focus in the buy area, right? Now, as the market's coming down to my buy zone, I want to focus exactly. I want to focus on breaker structures to my downside, right? This is how I stay accurate to the market. So if this is my breaker structure to my downside, oh my goodness, this would be my change of character line. We have lower low, lower high. This would be my change of direction for buy opportunities. Need change of direction for buy opportunity. Because if the market wanted to go ahead and buy, it would just change direction and we would look for buys, right? So until that happens, we just continue to wait down here. Now we just rinse and repeat. As the market continues to break structure, we continue to adjust our lines. My break of structure, my change of direction line. My break of structure, my change of direction line. And I continue to do that all the way down, because if the market wants to go ahead and reverse now, I want to see this change of direction for extra confirmation. As soon as I see that, this might have been a missed opportunity, and I can go ahead and look for buys in this area and shift that market up. Give me a 2 if that makes sense, right? Now, the reason why we continue to adjust our lines is so we can stay accurate to the market. I want to be all up in the market's grill. I don't want to give it no leeway. Like, I don't want my change of direction line to be way up here, right? That's not what I want. If the market is creating structure, making lower lows and lower highs, I want to be as accurate as possible. And the only way I can do that is to have my lines where the most current lower low and lower high meet or were created. Right now, we rinse and repeat. If the market goes lower, you break structure, boom, market hits my entry. Well, this is my BOS line. This is my change of direction line. How do I know my buy is going to go my way? Right? Because I can easily know when I'm wrong. The market will just drop. But how do I know, Vinny? How do I know when the market's actually going to respect my buy zone and go my way? Right? I don't really focus on engulfing candles. You can if you want. It does have its own risk to reward and setup and things like that. But yes, the change of direction. If this is my change of direction line, guys, it's telling you, you're telling yourself the market needs to change direction to look for more buy opportunities. As soon as we see this and we change direction, we can start looking for buys. Now, the only reason why I don't focus on engulfing candles or any type of candle patterns for entries is because you can get faked out with the candle patterns when you're not focused on the market structure. So I want to focus on the structure to be broken for extra confirmation, right? If your candle pattern lines up with what we see market structure wise, then okay, I can see it kind of playing out. But for me, I want to focus on clear market structure. Once I see this change of direction, that's telling me, hey, I was right on this buy. And we can start looking for more buys now and continue that market higher. Give me a 3 if that makes sense, guys. Yo, this kombucha was bomb, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. All right, I'll just break it down because, guys, not every opportunity. The thing is, guys, you guys are spoiled, and you guys don't know it yet because this is most likely your first, taste of trading, and this is your first community, most likely, right? That are this hands-on with you. And Powerhouse spoils their students with good trades, good opportunities, and blues, right? So what happens is we think every trade we take is just a snipe and we're in profit. And this is just what Powerhouse does, baby. It happens so often, we're almost like wired to think like that. But it doesn't. Sometimes the market misses our opportunity and continues without us. And sometimes the market will hit your stop loss and then continue without you, right? There's multiple things that can happen, right? So it's very important you don't just think one way and understand the structure so you can be as accurate as possible, okay? So let's go ahead and focus on our breaker structures. We have a slight breaker structure there. I'm just going to go ahead and mark it up for the visual purpose. Now, my change of direction line would be here, right? So let's go ahead. Boom. Notice how it respects. Wow. Notice how it respects to the downside. Now I go ahead and continue. Move my breaker structure. Move my change of direction line. Now, if the market wants to go ahead and change direction, I can now look for buys with confidence. Boom. Take that market up. Now, why can I look for buys in confidence? Let's break it down a bit more in depth, right? Let's look to the left a little bit because I know your eyes are focused right here. But let's go ahead and instead of being focused right here, let's look to the left and focus a bit right here. What do you think this is, guys? Consolidation. And if we want to go higher, right, the consolidation needs to get liquidated to the downside. It needs to get liquidity, guys, right? Consolidation, right? If we can go ahead, if we're looking for buys, yes, we would like for the market to sweep this liquidity and touch our buy, then take off. But sometimes it doesn't have to do that. The market can literally just peak right below this liquidity, peak right below, and then it'll go ahead and take off. The market did its job. It hit everybody's stop losses and then went its way. Does that make sense? Give me a 2 if that makes sense. Give me a question mark if you're confused on that. So it's good to identify liquidity, right? But don't think, oh, I identified the liquidity. Okay, now the market's going to come right to my buy zone. Yes, that's what we would like, but just it doesn't have to do that. Liquidity and consolidation are the same thing. Yes, George. It doesn't have to do that. As long as it takes out liquidity, technically it did its job. Now we have to wait for the next thing and wait for the change of direction. Boom. Look at this. BOS to the downside. Guys, update your market structure. Where does my change of direction line go, guys? Mark it up. Where does my change of direction line go? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Etney. Let's go, so. Let's go, George. Let's go. We adjust and we move that line right there. Because now look, if the market wants to miss me, hey, bro, y'all ever see that Denzel commercial or that video where he goes, hey, I'm from around the way. I'm going to leave here with something, big dog. Hey, that's me right there, bro. You going to invite me to the cookout? You know, I got to take a plate back home. Well, foil, everything wrapped around it, might have to take two. You know, y'all have some sweets. I'm taking two, bro. You know, so let's go ahead. We're all up in the market's grill right now. Face to face, face off, baby. You know what I'm talking about? So let's go ahead. Boom, we get the change of direction. Cool. Now, how can we enter this opportunity for buys? Now, one, I want to go ahead and mark up this change of direction. Let's confirm that. Now, there are two opportunities that I see with this setup. Who can see these opportunities? If you can see it, go ahead and unmute. Go ahead and type it in the chat. What opportunity do you see? Because some people like trading starting points and some people like trading head and shoulders. What opportunity can you see, guys? Is that a check mark? Both. So sees both. It's a buy. Yes, it is a buy, Teresa. But what opportunity, what buy opportunity do you see? Do you see a starting point? Do you see a head and shoulder? Do you see both? Both? Awesome. If you guys can delete these drawings, that would be amazing. Thank you, Edney. Yes, right? Look at this, guys. Head and shoulders inverted. I wish I knew Spanish, but I know what you're saying. All right? I know what you're saying. Explain why both. I got you. Is it K2 Breezy, Kai2 Breezy? I got you. Now check it out. When it comes to a starting point, we locate a rally breakout, right? Notice we break structure and we change direction to the upside. Would you consider this a breakout rally, Kai? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles that end up breaking structure to the upside, right? Awesome. So now once we see that breakout, we follow that breakout rally back down to the last selling candle that gave us that rally breakout. I'll repeat that. Once we find the breakout rally, we follow that rally back down to the last selling candle that gave us the rally breakout. It's this one right here, this big gray candle. This is my sell candle. So this is my starting point. Oh, I got you. I got you. When it comes to the head and shoulder, I got you. Right? So this would be my starting point for buys. So if you're looking at this using the starting point, right, and we call it the starting point, Kai, because it's literally the last selling candle that starts that breakout rally momentum. Right? So as soon as we see that breakout, follow that thing right back down to the last selling candle. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir, George. So now we're waiting for the market to come back into this zone, take the opportunity, shift the market up. Shift the market up. Right? Does that make sense, Kai? Bet. Again, stop loss would be the dominant low. So I'm going to go ahead and set this up for whoever looks at this at the starting point. Right? Starting points. This is lower time frame. This is the 10. Oh, bro, you got to ask your questions, baby. Got to ask your questions. Hey, don't wait. If y'all have questions, do not wait for the end of the week on a Friday call to ask questions. I know you're like preparing yourself, but bro, if you had that question on a Tuesday, ask that question in the chat. That way we can give you the answer. That way you can That way you can possibly use that information to catch a bag. You're asking that question now when the market's closed, you know? But hey, we got to ask our questions. So when it comes to the entry, guys, this is lower time frame. So someone's gonna look at this and be like, yo, that's a huge stop loss. Guys, it's only 42 pips. Or 20, is it 42? 42 pips. A lot of you guys risk more than that on indices. Cry me a river, please. Right? That's a good opportunity. Whether you want to enter at the first touch or the 50% of this starting point, that is completely up to you. It's completely optional. Now, I say that, and most people are like, okay, he said to place 2 buys, one right here and one right here. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying either start at the top or start at the 50% and stay consistent. You can use an imbalancer, Merrill, but Levels doesn't use imbalances for entries. We just use starting points and shoulders. But if you want to implement that, you totally can. But honestly, I'm not the one to break down imbalances to you. I'll be totally honest. You want to talk about starting points, supply and demand, or some head and shoulders, baby? I'm your guy. But imbalances, you might have to hop on with Neri tomorrow on the backtesting session. She will definitely be able to break that down for you 100%. But guys, don't be fooled. Like, it's okay. You know, you're probably thinking about this, like, oh, this stop loss is much tighter. I'm gonna make more money. Possibly, right? Possibly. But this small stop loss, right? This can be a $50 loss, and this big stop loss can be a $50 loss. At the end of the day, guys, it is calculating your risk. What are you completely okay with risking, right? This can be a $100 loss. This can be a $100 loss. This can be a $100 loss. This can be a $100 loss, right? It's all about calculating your trade. Don't be like, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and just stick to this because it looks like I can make more, right? Guys, you should all be risking the same around the same thing based off calculation anyways. Okay, so just putting that out there because I know a lot of people, they just favor small stop losses like this. And guys, it's okay to let your trade breathe a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to the head and shoulder, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and delete this. But when it comes to the head and shoulder, my break is structure. That is my left shoulder. The very last BOS before we change direction. Notice we had BOS here, BOS here, BOS here, and then we change direction. That's why we move our BOS line, because the very last BOS is our left shoulder to buy. My entry at the lowest wick to my closest body. My stop loss is at the low. I would be looking to take this for some buy opportunities. Minimum 1 to 3 risk to award. And if you can't see that, if you're struggling, let me pull out the homie real quick. Telling y'all. Let me see. Let me get this on point. Right? You have the head, which is your dominant low, your BOS as your left shoulder. We have left shoulder, neckline, head, change of direction. Now, guys, everybody has shoulders, right? 2 shoulders. Right now, my setup only has 1. I would like to get the second shoulder. As soon as the market comes back in here, setup is complete. We can now look for buys and shift that market up. Give me a 2 if that makes sense. I would like to see that. Now let's see if we can go ahead and take some opportunities. Now let's work in here. I want to go ahead and do everything the right way because you guys know you can take buys and sells on this, right? So let's see. Let's see if I can get in here and take a buy. Oh, it doesn't even go my way. Let's see. It takes off. Yup. Oh, let's go back. I want to try to get in there real quick. Bam. All right. Well, it's not gonna let me get in where I want it to. It's gonna put me in right there. But y'all know where I want to be in, right? Right here, baby. That was a snipe. Exactly. Right. So I'm gonna go ahead and enter this buy. It's gonna go ahead and place me up here. I'm gonna actually see if I can go one more time. Play it back. Let me see if it'll put me in a better entry. I'm just gonna put it like this. Buy. And I'm gonna go ahead and put my stop loss down here, like I should, and my take profit up here, like I should. Right. So it's already telling me I'm gonna lose $30 and I'm gonna win $98. Right. So now this is how we have good money management, guys. We gotta practice this stuff. Right. So let's go ahead. We'll put this over here. 1-to-1. 1-to-1's break even. Or take partial, whichever you like. Right. I know a lot of people who take partials at 1-to-1 and they don't break even till 1-to-2. Right. As long as you're having money management, hey, I can't tell you nothing. If it's working for you, I can't tell you nothing. Right? Let's go ahead. Boom, market hit 1-to-1. Let's go ahead and move stop loss to break even. Let's go. Let's go. Take a look. Drop down lower time frame real quick. Let's see if we can get in anywhere. I mean, honestly, I don't think it does. I think it literally just takes you out, which is kind of crazy. Let's continue. And that's why people go ahead and that's why a lot of people will take partials at 1-to-1 rather than break even. And they'll just take the loss. And it's almost like balancing out. You're going to take money off the playing field and then take the loss, which pretty much takes that money back. Right? If that makes sense. Give me a 2 if that makes sense. That's why some people break even. Right? I'm sorry. We'll take partial at 1-to-1 because let's say, you're up, you take some money off the playing field and you leave your stop loss where it's at. If the market just ends up going your way or ends up stopping you out, then it's like they just take that money back and it's almost like a break even anyways. Right? So if you would have used the break even, I mean, you broke even. There's nothing you can do. Right? This trade wasn't for you. It is what it is. But you were right. It does go your way. And at the end of the day, I mean, you only lost 2 cents, which is I would rather lose 2 cents than $30. But I mean, you can't do nothing about that, guys. Good money management. Nothing you can do. But I mean, if you want to go ahead and start playing around with, maybe swapping these, as long as you're practicing breaking even and partialing, I can't be mad at you. Now let's try it this way. Oh, weakest entry, my boy. We don't want those. We don't want those entries, big dog. Right? A stop loss. Cool. Now let's go ahead. Push the market forward. Market hits our 1-to-1. We can go ahead and sell. Oh, yeah, we can go ahead and sell some profit. So we're in a buy, right? So on TradingView, you actually have to sell the market, which is kind of crazy. So right now we're at 1K. I'm just going to drop this down to 500 and just pretty much split it in half and sell it. And then you're going to see it go from 20 to 10, and there should be $10 in here. So I'm going to go ahead and sell it. Let's see. Yeah. So now I'm still down here, right? My stop loss is still in the negative. I partialed money. My break even point is up here, right? Let's take a look. Market comes back down. It is what it is. I was able to break even and the market goes your way. So if you played it that way, obviously it ends up playing it out for you, right? But at the end of the day, guys, you have to start practicing money management. Very, very important you guys do that. Super important. Let's go ahead and we'll clear this. Because something's going to work for you. And that's the whole point, is to find something that works for you. Let's see. I'm going back because I don't know how many. Okay, I see you, Aaron, sending in charts, baby. Let me go ahead and pull that up real quick. Okay, GBPCAD. You're trading GBPCAD, my boy. Crazy. So the only thing that I see right here is you use the starting point stop loss, which is not bad, but you also have to keep in mind of the head and shoulder setup, right? Because both do come into play. Now, if this is my high, this is my head, right? So notice how we have left shoulder, head, change of direction. Technically, the market came right into your left shoulder zone or your right shoulder zone and sniped it and dropped, right? So when you see something like this, bro, I wouldn't mind putting my stop loss just a bit looser at the top because it goes hand in hand with this setup. Does that make sense? So instead of just putting a tight stop loss, just to put, I mean, it's up to you, right? I'm pretty sure it looks like there was a re-entry. It definitely gave a re-entry. We changed direction. Starting points right here gives a re-entry to sell off. So like there is ways to get back in and re-enter the market, right? So if you did like if you do like personally, right? If you like tight stop losses, that's exactly where it should be. You just have to understand how to get back in. Does that make sense, Aaron? Which is right here. Market did everything. It just took a little bit of time. This is the 1 hour. So yeah, it took a little bit of time, right? Break a structure, change of direction. Notice we get the breakout rally here. Your starting point is somewhere in this area. That's your re-entry, right? Then your new stop loss is right here. You just replay the setup. You replay the setup. Make sense, Aaron? So other than that, if this is how you like your stop losses, tight, check. That's a good trade in my eyes, bro. You followed your trading plan. Just don't get discouraged. If the market goes your way, guys, you have to understand how to get back in. You cannot get discouraged. Guys, this is the thing, right? And I'm glad this came up right here. This is the thing. Let's get out of this. Cool. Let's get out of this. Guys, when the market goes your way and we're really looking for the market to go our way, right? Let's just say, okay, we're looking for sales. Yeah, I mean, hey, if that's happening, George, bro, loosen up a little bit, bro. Put the stop loss above the high, the dominant high. It's okay, bro. Give your market room to breathe. George, I got a question for you, bro. When you work, do you like your boss micromanaging you, bro? Do you like it when he tells you what to do, right? He says, "Hey, I need this done at the end of the day." And then every hour he's like, "Hey," looking at you, and you can feel his eyes. You can see him walking by. He's looking at you. Bro, that's the exact same thing you do when you put a tight stop loss on your money, bro. On your trade setup. You're putting too much pressure on that trade to do something. Give it the room, right? If we know this is the stop loss right here, guys, give it the room. I know sometimes there might be a little, a little starting point right here because the drop, and a lot of us want to put that stop loss right here. I get it, right? You want a tight stop loss. I get it. Trust me, I 100% get it. But at the end of the day, if you know that the head and shoulder ties into this structure, you might as well just save a couple pips. Give your trade a little bit of room, stretch out that 1 to 3, and just let the market breathe and let the market play. Right? I'm not saying you can't do this, right? But if you do get stopped out, you have to understand how to get back in because if the market goes your way, most likely there will give you opportunities, right? But how can we do that? How can we look for the opportunities? Well, that's the thing. This right here, guys. If we know that we're looking for sales and the market's in the downtrend, if we know the market's looking for sales, guys, right? Market touches my area, my shoulder, and we continue to the downside. Guys, this setup right here was good. Oops, was good. Check. It gave us profit. It shot the market down. That setup is good. Awesome. What do we do as traders? We continue to adjust. We continue to adjust. Where is the brand new setup? Where's the next setup? Right here. Notice BOS, change direction. We continue to adjust and we move our setups down. The market can drop all the way down here. I'm still waiting. Now, let's just say the market wants to come back up with aggression, stops us out. And then you know what? Goes our way. And we're thinking, oh man, bummer. We all sad. We got off the charts for a week because we're all in our feelings. I know, bro. When my first year, bro, I took a loss, devastated, bro. I wouldn't trade for like 2-3 weeks. Sick. Couldn't even look at the charts. But then when I would look back on it, I'm like, bro, all of the trades I took a loss on and they went my way, literally all gave me a re-entry if I focused. If I just focused on the structure and listened and just let the market play out and let the market tell me what I needed what it wanted to do next, right? It gives it to you. What happens? What is the structure here, guys? BOS to the upside. Market changes direction. Regular head and shoulders, yeah. Boom. So, okay. This setup hit our stop loss, continue to go our way. Let's just stay fresh. Stay fresh. Market comes back up, gives me a nice setup. Boom. Gives me a nice entry. Awesome. Drops. What do we do, guys? We stay fresh. Move your zones. Move your zones. What do? We rinse and repeat this over and over again. Guys, you know what this is? And you guys are going to have clicking moments. If you guys don't, maybe you're not there yet. But this is the structure. Lower low, lower high. Lower low, lower high. Lower low, lower high. That's it. That's how we find these entries, these opportunities. Right? So where were we at? Right? So look at this isn't the prettiest GBPCAD. What this is the 1 hour. This has to be, is that today? When was that? Oh, hold on. All right, yeah, today. All right, cool. Let's go to the higher time frame real quick just to see bias on buyers or sells. All right. Bullish or bearish, guys? Bullish or bearish? Bullish, 100%. We could be looking for the next best buys, right? But you know, it looks like he was looking for sales, which is not bad. He could be looking for the sales to the next best buys, and it looks like they're down here in this area. If we go to the 4-hour time frame, oh yeah, I like those for sure. What can you guys see right here, guys? Down here, mark it up, mark it up. If you guys can see it, mark it up, bro. Mark it up, mark it up, daddy. Mark it up, big dog. Oh snap. Okay. Oh, you're eating? Oh, bet. What are you eating? Crazy, big dog. Crazy. All right. This is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing, let's go, let's go. Right? I'm seeing BOS to the downside. AF. Any, hey, you're getting way too comfortable, Any, thinking you can crack jokes at me, my boy. You feel me? Hey, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We fam. Right? Notice how we have break structures to the downside, guys. We continue to break down to the downside. Continue to break structure. Where's my change of direction line? Right here. Change of direction. Boom. Look at this, guys. Breakout rally. My starting point, my last selling candle, boom. Right here. My shoulder, way down here. There's buys down here. Tons of buy orders are waiting down here, guys. Tons of buy orders. Oh, so, okay, cool. So he's counter trend selling, but this makes sense to counter trend sell. Right? If the market was to make its way down here, bro, that's a long way to catch these sells. Like he can be holding for a couple of days, right? This is pretty good counter trends. Pretty good counter trend sells. I'm not really a fan of counter trends. I would rather just wait and just continue to study and get better. But guys, it's not like it's the 5 minute you're selling to your next buy. This is the 4 hour time frame. This is probably like 60 pips. Bro, there's no way this is 28 pips. There's no way that's 30 pips. I hope that's 300. Stop trading GBPCAD. Whoever if this is 30 pips, stop trading that shit. Promise you right now. You're not gonna like it. 30 pips. Wow. Well, if that was like 90, that would have been worth it. I mean, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. But check me out. Let's go back up here. 1 hour time frame. I want to break the structure down. And this is why learning structure is so handy, bro. So handy. So handy. Look at this, guys. BOS to the upside. Change of direction. When do we get our change of direction? When do we get our change of direction? Do we have our change of direction? Do we have the change of direction, guys? Talk to me. Talk to me. You think that's a change of direction? We've changed
No.
direction. No, we have not changed direction yet. That's a slight change of direction. That's very iffy to me. I don't like those change of directions. I like these change of directions. Yeah, those are very, very iffy. To me, that could have been a wick. And if we go to the 4 hour time frame, where are we at? I mean, it does break and close. Can't lie, it does. But those are still very. Where are we at, bro? Gotta zoom out, big dog. Oh, right here. Those are very, very iffy to me. I like personally the ones that are very, very strong. Very, very strong. Right? That doesn't leave me guessing. That leaves me guessing. I'm like, well, shit, bro. Like, hey, I don't know. It could buy, it could sell. It's still in consolidation, technically, right? It's technically trapped within this area here, right? Within these areas. So yeah, not really my favorite. But when I see this strong breakout, that tells me something, right? For sure. Now, my left shoulder, my very last BOS, include the wick. Notice how we tap into that thing twice. Once here, once here. I'm not counting the tap before the change of direction, right? I count the tap after the change of direction. So the market, and that's just what the market does, guys, right? The market gets caught in consolidation. Consolidation, breakout, back inside consolidation. Market can tap once, twice, 3 times. I don't care about those. I want the breakout, then the tap, and then I want to enter sells. Does that make sense? Because this is just consolidation. Now, at the end of the day, you want to think bigger. You want to think liquidity. Guys, this is liquidity. We have money sitting right there. Why do you think the market came in a bit deeper and respected and still respected our zone? Right? Market came in deeper, swept all those sellers. Boom, we continue to drop down. But now let's continue to dissect. Let's continue to dissect. Notice, where's the break of structure to upside? It's right here. BOS. My change of direction. Right? That's okay. As long as we have a pretty decent strong to the downside, I like this gray candle right here. Now, what do? This zone was good. Let's continue to adjust. Let's continue to adjust. That's how you find the good zones and messy charts. Yes, the market, it is what it is, right? Literally just what I broke down to you. Some respect, some don't. But look, how do you get back in? Romero or whoever, I'm sorry, whoever sent in that chart. Let's see, was it this one? Yeah, who sent in this one? Was it Romero or Aaron? Aaron, how do you get back in? How do you get back in? Right? Hit your stop loss. How do you get back in, bro? You stay fresh. What was the market structure? We swept liquidity. BOS to the upside. We changed direction. Find your zones. You wait for the confirmations. Yes. You got to wait for the confirmations. You want to be accurate and move without fear? Move with confirmations. If you want to move accurate and move without fear, you move with confirmations. Aaron. Aaron, hey, it is what it is, bro. Aaron, it is what it is, bro. You took a loss. I'm not sure where it was. Somewhere in here. It is what it is. You took a loss, right? Hey, you got to bounce back, baby. Can't get emotional. Don't let that hitting stop loss mess with your emotions. When market conditions change, you adapt. Understand how to get back in. Don't get emotional. Understand how to move. Right? Understand how to move. This is why risk to reward is so important. Use your risk to reward, guys. Use your risk to reward. You took one loss. Okay, cool. You take one win. Okay, cool. We take one trade. We take one trade, right? One trade. And we take one loss. How much are we down? 1%. 1%, right? We take one trade with one loss. That's the worst L in my history of drawing L's, because I don't really take those. You feel me? Right? One trade, one loss. We're down 1%. Let's go, Tada. You know, it didn't go over your head. But we take one trade, right? One trade with one win. We're up 3% on that trade. Guys, 3 minus 1. What is it? What are we equal to? 2. Guys, are we up 2% or what? You tell me. Exactly. The key to taking losses is knowing why you lost. This is why risk to reward is so key, guys. He could have taken one more loss. He could have, you know what? He could have taken another loss. Hey, today just wasn't his day. Today just wasn't his day. He's down 2%. It happens. We all have those days. He ain't the only one. I ain't the only one. That ain't the only one. Miguel, Giselle, Jerome, JQ, Etney, Neri, Junior, Gio. We're not the only ones, bro. It happens to everybody. It happens to everybody, right? You take one trade with one win, you're up 3%. Let's scratch this, right? 3 minus 2. How much are we up? We're up 1, baby. We're still up. Guys, at the end of the year, when it comes down to having money in your bank, bro, they probably give you max, like 3% a year. Right? Bro, you can do this. Okay, exactly. Thank you, JQ. Thank you. Right? They gave you shit, bro, for the money you have in your account. Are you telling me that you're not grateful yourself, right? The person who doesn't belong in this space, the person who grew up with nothing, the person that had to dig themselves out of every hole, the person that just like, man, everything just happens to me, right? The person that just doesn't belong here. You're telling me you've learned this skill set and you're not grateful gaining 10 to 15% a year, but you want 10 to 15% per week? Make it make sense to me, guys. Geo, help me understand. Shout out to Geo, baby. Help me understand. Does that make sense? Like, guys, none of us are supposed to be able to make this happen for us. But a lot of us are able to catch these trades. But a lot of us are just being too selfish to be like, you know what? I can close out with 2% for the day. You know, that puts me up with 4% for the week. You know what? I'm good this week. You know, I'm good this week. You know, I don't need to trade anymore. I already saved and copped 4% for the week. You know, maybe, you know, I don't know how it is for the month, but you know what I'm saying? You can't just be thinking, how much can I make today? How much can I make tomorrow? How much can I make this week? How much can I make? Bro, be okay with getting what you can, being the best you can, right? With the time you have in the game, and just understand, guys, you are doing better for yourself than the bank could ever. Most are too eager to make more, so greed comes in when coach teaches us to take the time to market. Yes, exactly. 100%. 100%. Does anybody have any questions? What's up? What's up, Giselle? Yes, yes. So let's say you want to take this entry right here, right? Let's say you want to take this entry right here. You can. So that's the thing. I don't know who asked. I don't know who asked, but someone asked, how do you know when to re-enter? That's a great question. I'm gonna give you 3 ways, and then we can go ahead and end the call. Or you know what? We can go ahead. I'll give you the 3 ways. We can go ahead and check this chart, and then we can end the call. You know, it's only right. It's Friday. I don't got shit I gotta do. I hope y'all don't have things you gotta do. If y'all have something you gotta do, I love y'all, but y'all can bounce. I appreciate y'all for coming on. When I have losses, that's when I go back to the drawing board and back test on demo. Hey, that's exactly what you should be doing, right? But stay confident though. Sometimes going back to demo, like sometimes you just have to take those. Well, as you're focused and as you mature, sometimes you go back to locking on demo, and those are the trades you needed psychology wise to stay on track with your live. So I understand sometimes we do need a break from live, but sometimes when you just stay on course and just focus on your plan and focus on the confirmations and focus on everything you need to get done, you will get yourself out of that hole. I've seen it time and time again with everybody. They just get too emotional. They think they're just they're not the ones today, or why am I doing this shit? They feel close to quitting, so they go to demo, which I get it, right? We need to build our stuff back, but at the same time, hey, y'all can all find setups. Believe in yourselves, bro. Hold that confidence like right in front of you, bro. Don't let the emotions get overtake, right? So let's go ahead. I want to talk about being stop loss real quick, right? Notice I want to take sell opportunities in this area. My stop loss is at this high. I know exactly where I want to go ahead and look for sells, right? But now sometimes the market wants to go ahead and act a fool and give us some stop loss, problems. So now this is the thing, guys, right? This is where everything comes in together. Now, anything myself or Oren teaches, there's no extra fluff. It's strictly market structure. As long as you know how to mark up higher highs and higher lows, you will be as accurate as possible. Doesn't mean the market will give you an opportunity to get in, but that does mean you will be as accurate as possible, right? So as the market is coming back up, guys, what do I need to do as the market is coming back up to my sell zone? There's something that I need to do as the market is making its way back up to my sell zone. In order for me to stay accurate to look for more sells, I have to mark something up. Mark up the BOSs. Yes, JQ, we should be staying patient, right? But at the same time, in order for us to know when we're right, doing this helps us a lot, right? So if that's my most previous break of structure, this is my change of direction line. Okay. Need change of direction. Now we rinse and repeat, right? Rinse and repeat. BOS, change of direction. Now let's just say the market wants to go ahead, consolidate, because that's what the markets do. Consolidate. Then the market news comes in, and then boom, we get this nasty wick. Nasty wick. But you know what happens? Market hits our stop loss. And now this is the thing. We have to adjust and stay accurate because this will help us in the future, right? So let's just say we hit our stop loss. Let's just get that out of there. Now we have to wait for this candle to close, guys. Put this in your notes. When we hit stop loss on a setup, we must wait for the candle that hits our stop loss to close. This candle must close, and this will tell us what we're going to do next.
I
Give
have
me a
a
5.
question.
What's up?
So like we have to wait for the candle to close like on that time frame, right? So like if it's a 4-hour play, it would be like the 4-hour close below.
Correct.
All right.
Correct. Yeah. That'll help us because let's say we see this and we automatically jump to like the 5 or the 1 minute to try to catch that snipe, I mean, market can literally just like do what it does in that lower time frame and then just continue. You know, so it's best that whatever time frame we see this set up on, to wait for that time frame candle to close. Once that candle closes, we can start making some moves, right? Now, let's just say it violates and we just strictly get stop loss. Boom. Well, think about it. We have a break of structure here and we break structure here. So we should have some type of starting point right here. Does that make sense? To buy. So then, well, we already know our next move. If we just got violated to sell, then we just got to look for some buys. Yeah, exactly. It already gives us the buy zone. So like if we get stop loss, hey, thank you for the confirmation. I know what I got to look for, you know, never fear loss. Make sense, guys, on that aspect. So as soon as we get violated, there should be a starting point right here that we can look at for buys. So like that part should be handled. Now, when it comes to understanding after getting stop loss, once this candle closes, I will like to see a wick, right? I would like to see a wick. Now, let's just say, boom, that's the wick right there. And the market actually breaks and stays below my stop loss, okay? Exactly, Jerome. And again, that's where risk to reward comes in, right? Hey, you took one loss, market gives you 2 loss, but the market comes right back and gives you that win. You're still up 1%. Do not let that get to your head. Don't say, you know what, I lost 2, back to demo. And then you miss out on that trade that was supposed to pay you back. Does that make sense? So now, everybody, I want you guys to unmute and say aggressive entry.
Aggressive entry.
Aggressive entry.
If you like to participate and play aggressive, this is for you. If you don't, then you don't put these in your notes because you don't want these for later. And that's okay, right? I had to see this multiple times and miss trades just to be like, okay, I'm comfortable with seeing and taking these opportunities now, right? But I got this from Coach O, and I've seen it happen time and time again, back testing and live trading. So I do participate in these. But when this candle closes and it closes underneath your stop loss, when it closes underneath your stop loss, that's telling us we were still correct. The market was just trying to pick pockets here. Hit stop losses here. So what do? If this is the aggressive entry, as soon as that candle closes, I want to enter again. As soon as it closes, no reanalyzing. This is the aggressive entry. With the brand new wick that took my stop loss, that's going to be my stop with the minimum 1 to 3 risk to reward. Give me a 2 if that makes sense. Again, aggressive entry. Everybody unmute and say aggressive entry.
Aggressive entry.
Aggressive entry.
If that's something you like to partake in, again, that's it right there. Again, when I first was taught this, I didn't feel comfortable taking it. The first couple times I seen it, I had to see it in live action and I had to see it back testing in order for me to feel comfortable, right? But if that's what you like to do, boom, go ahead. Aggressive entry. Now, setup number 2, we are reanalyzing on lower time frames. So as soon as the market hits your stop losses and closes, Giselle, this is for you. As soon as that candle closes, we have to drop down to that lower time frame, guys, because there's most likely structure inside of this candle on that 5 minute, 1 minute that looks like this. Nasty wick. What do when we see this, guys? Who thinks they know what we do? When we see this, what do, fam? Market hits our stop loss, but we still want to look to get into sales. Wait for the change of direction. Yes. So as soon as the market hits your stop loss, we just have to wait for a new setup. Boom. Where's my change of direction? Well, obviously, we saw the candle close a little bit below, right? Which means we should have something that looks like this. Boom. Oops. So on lower time frame, in this 1 hour, 4 hour candle, it looks like this, right? Just a wick. but on that 1 minute, 5 minute, this is what we're looking at. So we can go ahead and start taking opportunities right here and shift that market down on the lower time frame. Boom, shift the market down. And that would be my entry. Again, the new structure would be your entry. The brand new wick would be your stop loss, minimum 1 to 3. Give me a 5 if this is making sense. Let's go, Jerome. I see it, baby. So when we get stop lost, we have to drop down. But this, again, the candle must close first. So as soon as that candle closes, drop down right away and see what we can do, right? See what we can do. Reanalyze. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Now, a third way we can do it, and this is being way more patient. Being way more patient, right? As soon as we get stop lost, we have to wait for the candle to make its way, change direction. Once we get that, well, yes, we just got confirmation the market went our way. So let's go ahead. And then what do? We just stay fresh. Brand new trade opportunity. We're just waiting. I don't know when the market will make its way, but whenever it does, would love to take opportunities here and send that market down. This way is it takes a bit longer, but it's all a waiting game, guys. Sometimes if you miss the aggressive entry or you miss the lower time frame, hey, it is what it is. This is the next one. Give me a 2 if that makes sense. And that's why waiting for this is very, very important. Now, if we come back up, anybody have any questions about what I just broke down right now? Let's go, baby. Any questions? So we go up here. I believe this gives both of the setups. Let's just delete this stuff real quick. I'm not sure exactly. Let's see. It was this one, sell opportunity, stop loss. Okay, so now look, this is my stop loss, right? That's my stop loss. Just got hit. Dropped to lower time frame. Again, if my candle closed right there, right? If my candle closed right there, whoever likes to play aggressive, that's where you're entering. Boom, enter the new stop loss that the new wick that took your stop loss. That's your new stop loss. Minimum 1 to 3 risk to reward. 1 to 3. Market plays out, goes your way. Does that make sense? That was the aggressive entry. I'll play that for you one more time. Oops. This wick just took your stop loss. If you're someone who likes to play aggressive, as soon as that candle closes inside your zone, you enter again, stop loss at the brand new wick that took your stop loss, 1 to 3 risk to reward, and you let the market do its thing. Let the market do its thing, right? That's the aggressive entry. Now, let's go ahead and drop down, and we'll go ahead and locate the second entry. 15-minute time frame. Oh, yeah. 1 hour. So look, we just went down one time frame to the 15-minute. Now look at what we can see, guys. Who can see the structure? Who can see the setup? I want to see who can see the setup. Draw it on my chart, guys. And after this, we'll go ahead and exit because I can guarantee you it gives all 3 setups: the aggressive, the lower time frame, and the one you have to wait for. Yes, that's it right there. That's the highest pullback. Even though it's one candle, guys, that's the highest higher high, higher low, breakout, change of direction. Guys, I would never lie to you. Yes, past the starting point is a change of direction. Actually, I don't want to say that because sometimes the starting point will still be within structure. I like the actual low to be broken. That's for extra confirmation. Once we get that low, boom, my shoulder's right here. And it looks like this is the starting point to sell off. And my brand new stop loss, again, wow, it just happens to be that wick that took your stop loss. right? So this is, again, lower time frame setup, right? We're looking for sells right here. Stop loss at the high. Minimum 1 to 3 risk to reward. Let's see if this one hits. Boom, baby. Let's go. You just had to wait a little bit. You hear me, Alan? You feel me, bro? It's okay, bro. Don't be emotional. We all take losses, big dog. And I'm not talking Alan, just Alan. I'm talking to you and you. No, like I can see you guys on. You know, I'm talking to everybody, man. You can't get emotional when you take a loss. You have to know how to adapt when the market conditions change. What's up, George? What's up, bro? Unmute for me, bro, if you have a question. Does that make sense, though, guys? Give me a 5 if this makes sense. This is how we drop down and reanalyze. Can you check NAS chart real quick? Yeah, I got you. Now, if we go up to the 4-hour time frame or back up to the higher time frame, let's go ahead and exit this. Right, we already went over the other setup, right? This is the one that you had to wait for. The one you had to wait for, right? If this took your stop loss, that took your stop loss. This is your BOS or your liquidity sweep before your change of direction. Well, then this is the brand new setup. You just had to wait a little bit. And yes, it did continue to go your way. So it literally gives you all three. It gives you the aggressive that I showed you, the lower time frame reanalyzing that I showed you, and then the one you have to wait for. And then you know what? It gives it to you again. Continues to drop. Let's go to NAS. What are you looking for specifically? So yeah, I'm pretty much waiting for the same thing. There's a lot of liquidity being built right here that I don't like. But at the end of the day, you know, it can save this for another couple of years. But I would, yes, I would not mind the market making its way, even if it does just clear this liquidity that was right here. And then as soon as we change direction, would not mind looking to get back in and send that market up higher. But yeah, I do agree with what you're looking at right here for sure. But yeah, keep in mind liquidity wise, especially since you see liquidity right here as well. As soon as we market breaks and closes past that below that, just be aware of that change of direction to the upside so we can start looking for some more buys for sure. Those are some of the meanest trades too, the ones that miss your entry, but it clears liquidity and you miss it. And then it gives you this actual pretty ass setup. And then it just goes your way. Like you don't want to miss those because those get out in a hurry. But yeah, I do like that for sure. 100%. Let's go back this way real quick. And again, guys, look at this is NAS. I hate when people say you can't trade levels on NAS. Like, yes, you can. Just gotta know how to trade, baby. Shoulder, head and shoulder. Look at this, guys. Left shoulder, head, change of direction, consolidation. Notice right shoulder, right? This is the right shoulder, but notice how we get a brand new setup. Consolidation, head, change of direction, right? Notice all I do is adjust.
Yep.
All I do is adjust. Market bounced off this rejection to end the day. Now, I didn't partake in any of these because, you know, broker problems. The heck. But market respected. But again, I'm looking for more continuation buys wise. So yeah, what you're waiting for, so I'm pretty much waiting for the same exact thing. See, so we're waiting for much lower zones. I just want to see if market's going to respect in these areas because, you know, sometimes it does that. But yeah, guys, I hope today's call brought some value today, guys. Give me some 5s in the chat if you thought today's call was pretty fire. You can trade levels on anything. When you understand market structure, you can trade any market. Yep, 100%. Off topic. When are you going to post this so I can go back and take notes? I will go ahead and send it into the chats right now as soon as I get it. But remind me, because I be forgetting, bro. Like a lot of people hit me up, and I also have like different things I do. So just remind me, guys. I don't mind if you always, you know, if you hit me up for the recordings. Hey, yeah, Giselle. Hey, you be too comfortable with thinking you could joke with me, bro. No, I'm just kidding. It's fam, it's love, bro. It's love. I know y'all want the value, and I do be slacking. So hey, reach out, get the information, baby. But thank you guys for hopping on. I appreciate you guys because you guys can be doing anything. I think we started this call like at 35 or 40, and we came down to 25, the last 25 that really want to win this year, who really want to end, 2025 with the fucking bang. Like, guys, I see a lot of people's charts just leveling up, bro. Like, I wish you can feel my excitement for you guys. Like, I already know you guys feel a little like you're like, oh yeah, I'm getting it, but I'm like, and me, I'm like, bro, they're getting it. Like, it's only a matter of time before things start blowing up for them. Everybody has their time, bro. Whether it's $40 here, $40 here, bro. Do the math, right? I did this math today. 25 cents a day for a year, and then 5 years, and then 10 years, right? But like, we're in a money game. Trading is a money game, compounding game, duplicating game, flipping game, right? Imagine getting $40 a day for a year, and then times that by 5 years, and then times that by 10 years. Because I believe, we're all young, man. We all got like another 60 years on this planet, bro. If God willing, you feel me? Like, do the math. Do the math. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I believe there's a lot of potential and a lot of opportunity for everybody on this call. So again, guys, I'm willing to work with anybody. I'm gonna go ahead and give my Instagram. Guys, if you guys need one-on-ones, go ahead and hit me up. Go ahead and hit me up if you guys have any questions. Because I know I did send this link out to different people in different chats. So if you are not on my team, it's okay. Go ahead and reach out to me. I give value to anybody who wants it and who is willing to work, right? So with that being said, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Study for yourselves, get better, and I will see you guys on Monday. You guys have a great weekend, guys. Yeah, duffel bag Vern. Yes, sir. All right, family. Peace out.